Dingo egret unlocked.
Angie, I remember now. The winner of the year was Hesperia Gales.
No idle talk, you'll crash, Dingo.
In the final 30 seconds, Henry G trashed out from field out. Man, we had a great time that night.
20 to touchdown. Can't wait for the new season.
Position for landing. The people on Mars can start getting excited. I still have 200 more hours.
Be a good kid and the time will fly.
That's unusual.
What is?
Indications of Metatron, but it's way too shallow. Angie, I want to change the landing point. I'll check it out.
Okay.
Rick, you hear that? I'll be back soon.
Dingo, what team won in '66?
I don't know much about back then.
Orbit recalibrated. Autopilot
Piece of junk.
canceled.
I reckon Ross Narcissus is going to win this year.
There goes your entire salary again.
I'm sure of it.
Dingo, I think the Metatron reaction is from the direction of the arrow. Haven't you arrived yet? Don't push the left so hard. Hey, Dingo, after this job, are you free?
I'm on the ground.
The Metatron is not very deep.
And it's very strong. It wasn't here last time I came.
Going back. Going back. Going.
Shut up!
Is it debris?
The observation crews are goofing off again. What the hell is that?
Anything wrong?
I found something interesting. I'll check it out.
Hatch unlocked. Where? A helmet.
I've got a bad feeling.
What?
An orbital frame.
I see a huge ship over there! Ah!
What's happening, Angie? What ship did you see? Angie! Damn. Warship? Must be Baram. My liver's damaged. Damn Baram.
Baram, from Mars? How can you tell?
Get your ship down into the ditch and stay hidden. No!
Good morning. Ready for combat operation.
Approaching. Verified as unmanned orbital frame, Raptor. Be careful not to get surrounded. Raptor destroyed.
Confirming the enemy destroyed.
What is the efficiency of this frame?
This is orbital frame Jehuti. Do you want me to explain how to manipulate the frame?
Who is this?
This is Detached Backup Battle Unit, ADA.
So this is a battle computer, isn't it? More reliable than the Lev's navigators.
I'm completely different. Do you request control instructions?
Yes, Ada. Please.
Please choose what training you want to go through. I will explain about moving. Jehuti follows the left stick operations. Press the triangle button to ascend. Press the X button to descend. Press the R1 button while moving to dash. Holding down the R1 button keeps you dashing. This is very effective to move quickly or dodge enemy attacks. Ending the explanation about moving. Jehuti is set up not to do that right now. Jehuti is set up not to do that right now. Jehuti is set up not to do that right now. Jehuti is set up not to do that right now. I will explain about normal attack. When the enemy is at long distance range, the lock-on marker turns green. It turns red when the enemy is at close range. When the target is distant, press the square button, which will fire a shot. In a close-range battle, you will initiate a slashing attack by pressing the square button. Ending the explanation about normal attack. Jehuti is set up not to do that right now. Jehuti is set up not to do that right now. Jehuti is set up not to do that right now. I will explain about dash attacks. Press the square button while dashing to perform a dash attack. In a close-range battle, a dash attack becomes a dash blade. In a long-distance battle, you can lock on to multiple enemies by pressing the square button. You can fire a homing laser by releasing it. Using homing lasers consumes sub-gauge power. The longer you hold down the square button, the more enemies you can lock onto. If you destroy multiple enemies at once, your sub-gauge will be restored even more. Ending the explanation of the dash attack. I will explain about burst attacks. When Jehuti is not moving, you can change to burst mode by pressing the R1 button. You can perform burst attacks by pressing the square button in this mode. A close-range burst attack is a burst blade attack. A long-distance burst attack is a burst shot. By holding down the square button, you can charge power for a burst shot. Burst attacks are very powerful and penetrate the enemy's guard. A burst shot consumes sub-gauge power. Ending the explanation of burst attacks. I will explain how to guard yourself. By pressing the L1 button, Jehuti takes a guard position and can block enemy attacks. But not all attacks can be blocked. You cannot guard yourself from enemy burst attacks or grab attacks. Ending the explanation about guarding. Jehuti is set up not to do that right now. I will explain how to switch between locked targets. When Jehuti gets close enough to an enemy, Jehuti locks on automatically. If there are multiple enemies, you can select an enemy to lock onto by pressing the L2 button. You can switch between locked targets by using the right stick. You can deselect the target by holding down the L2 button. Ending the explanation of switching locked targets. I will explain about the ring radar. When an enemy gets close to Jehuti, the ring radar appears. The ring radar turns green when the enemy is far away. It turns orange when the enemy gets closer. The size of the ring radar represents the distance from the enemy. When an attack from outside the screen approaches Jehuti, a red ring radar appears. In this case, the marker shows the direction and distance of the incoming attack. The closer the attacker gets, the larger the ring radar becomes. Ending the explanation of the ring radar. I will explain about combo smash. In a close-range battle, you can perform a combo smash with a normal blade attack. Press the square button 3 times consecutively. If the fourth press is the square button, you will slash and push back the enemy. If the fourth press is the triangle button, you will slash and toss up the enemy. If the fourth press is the X button, you will slash and throw down the enemy. By pushing an enemy to a wall, ceiling, or floor, you can cause additional damage. Ending the explanation of combo smash. I will explain about camera control. If you are not locked on, Jehuti will move in the direction of the left stick. If you release the left stick, the camera will capture Jehuti from behind. You can also change the camera angle with the right stick. When aiming at a certain spot to attack, you can move the target marker with the right stick. Ending the explanation of camera control. Ending training.
We found our objective at point 04.
Roger. Departing for 04.
Enemy approaching. Unmanned battle planes. Unmanned combat aircraft, Mosquito. Individual attacks are weak, but be careful, there are many of them. Attack the mosquitoes all at once with the homing laser.
Put me through to 663.
Yes, I'll connect you now.
Help me, Dingo!
Where are you?
My legs are damaged!
Rick, where are you now? Don't move! I'll be there soon!
Enemy approaching.
It's approaching your way!
Indicate the position of Rick with an arrow. Move in the indicated direction. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed.
I'm sick of them.
To switch lock-on targets, use the L2 button. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Damage level exceeding 50%. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Obtain Metatron.
The cursor is on. Destroy with a burst attack.
Stop moving and keep pressing the R1 button. Then hit the square button for a burst attack.
Beat it, Rick! Dingo?
Since I found Jehuti, you'll have to give it to me.
What does Barum want with Callisto?
Oh? You don't look like a mining man to me.
Get lost.
Hand over Jehuti! Go, Wisp!
Shoot down the enemy's attack with lasers.
Again! Go, Wisp! Useless! How about this? Again!
So you want this frame, don't you?
Maybe.
Even if you're Barum, that's too rough.
It sure is.
Who's the commander?
You think I'll tell?
Dingo?
Are you all right?
Yeah!
Dingo, the enemy is approaching me!
All right, I'll try to head them off.
You will?
Take care, Angie.
What?
High energy reaction inside enemy battleship. Entry is dangerous.
If we don't do something, we'll be crushed along with Callisto. We have no choice.
Enemy walking tank, Spider. Enemy reinforcements are confirmed. To switch lock-on targets, use the L2 button. Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed.
Good!
All enemies have been cleared.
You can grab objects which may be useful in battle with the circle button. Do you want to see how it's done?
Yes, please.
I will explain about grabbing objects. Jehuti can grab and use objects around it by pressing the circle button. When Jehuti is grabbing an object, press the square button for a powerful close-range attack with the object. When Jehuti is holding an object, press the circle button again to throw it. Jehuti can guard itself with some objects from normally unguardable attacks by pressing the L1 button. Some objects will explode on impact. The explanation of grabbing objects is complete. I will explain how to grab an enemy. By pressing the circle button near an enemy, Jehuti can grab it. You can also grab a guarding enemy. When Jehuti is holding an enemy, press the square button to swing it around as a weapon. When Jehuti is holding an enemy, press the circle button again to throw him. When Jehuti is holding an enemy, press the L1 button to guard with it. Guarding with a held enemy can block attacks that are normally unguardable. If you hold an enemy for too long, he can shake your hold off. You can paralyze an escaping enemy by bursting. Ending the explanation about grabbing enemies. Ending training. Destroy the cellar generating enemies. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Damage level exceeding 50%.
Look what they've done to me!
Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Confirmed destruction of cellar. Enemy destroyed. Raptor destroyed. Obtained Metatron. Enemy approaching. Long distance support type, money head. Be careful. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Confirmed destruction of cellar. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Obtain Metatron.
After all, they want this frame, don't they?
Did you board this even though you knew?
I didn't want to involve my friends. Also, there's something I have to confirm.